Now, when Joe Biden assumed office, he promised to fight gun violence, but little seems to have changed since then. The United States accounts for more than half of all of the gun violence deaths in the world. The year 2021 was one of the deadliest years in the US for gun violence. In almost every month, there were reports of Americans going on a rampage with their firearms, some of them as young as 17. Now, WION's executive editor, Palki Sharma Padye, visited Washington, D.C. last year to find out why America has failed to rein in gun terror, the presence and accessibility of gun stores, and the ease with which one can buy them. Here's a full report.
America and guns, guns and America. It's a touchy chemistry. It's something that most people are not comfortable talking about, but they must talk about this because this is an issue that affects all Americans. 58% Americans or someone they're close to have experienced gun terror in their lifetime. 100 Americans are killed by gun violence every day, 100 every day. 230 are wounded or shot at. America has clearly failed to control gun terror, and the onus of this failure lies on those who sit in the building behind me, the US Capitol. They failed to legislate, they failed to come up with an effective deterrent in controlling gun violence. And the repercussions of this failure are being felt not just by the people in the US Capitol, but across the country. 3 million American children witness gun terror every year, some even perpetrate it. Last year alone, there were numerous instances of teens with guns going on a rampage. Like Kylie Rittenhouse, a 17-year-old teenager who killed 2 people and wounded another at a shooting in Kenosha. Meanwhile, women in this country are 21 times more likely to be killed with a gun than women in any other high-income country. At least 1 million American women alive today have been shot at by an intimate partner. Access to a gun enables such terror. It makes an abusive partner 5 times more likely to kill his female victim. Let me show you just how easily guns can be accessed in America. So I'm at the US Capitol, and to try to understand the scale and magnitude of this problem, the gun culture of America, let's try and take some help from another American export, which is Google. I'll go to Google Maps on my phone, and I will look for gun stores, S-T-O-R-E-S. There you have it. This is the US Capitol. This is the blue dot where we are. And now you'll see all these red spots. These are all gun stores. These are all places that sell guns. We tried calling some of them. They were not very welcoming. But we can tell you that it's very easy to go and buy a gun if you are an American. Every state in the US has its own gun laws. Washington is a part of the District of Columbia. For the longest time, it was illegal to possess a gun or firearm here. Then lobbies pressurized and rules changed. Today there are gun stores in every nook and corner of this country. If you happen to be looking for a gun dealer in Washington, D.C., be prepared to be spoiled for choice. Of the many stores that we saw on the maps, we decided to come to this one. It's called Realco Guns. Very interestingly, this is on the main road. This is a busy road here, and they have this banner. And they have the flag of America right here. And it says gun shop, enter at the rear. So we tried to enter at the rear, and we saw at least 4 to 5 people inside the shop. It was like any other store with lots of guns on display, not toys, the real deal. This is the first time I've seen so many weapons in one place. For sale, with price tags written on them, anywhere from $1,100 and upwards. But they refused to speak to us, and they said it's their policy to not talk to the media. That's what they said. So clearly, gun shop owners on their guard and a little cagey when it comes to talking about their business and how it continues to flourish. I am a journalist.
Okay.
I'm from India.
Okay.
And we are doing a story on guns in America.
We don't do stories here.
Can I just talk to you if you don't like it, we can remove it.
No, that's fine. We don't talk to the media, we don't talk to the press.
Why is that?
Like that. Just because. So, but yeah, we don't.
Most gun stores have strict rules against broadcast. These rules, however, are relaxed for those looking to buy arms. The eligibility criteria are a bare minimum. A person must be 21 or older, not stand convicted of weapon offences, and not have a history of violent behaviour. The process too is quite simple. First, go to the firearms dealer in your city, then make them contact the FFL or the Federal Firearms Licensing Office. Then ask the dealer to send your purchased gun to an authorised dealer. There will be some interviews, some background checks, and soon you'll have a brand new weapon in your hands. 48% of Americans see gun terror as a very big problem today. But for decades, their representatives sitting in this building have been bending the seat of democracy to powerful gun lobbies. They have failed to come up with laws to safeguard Americans. They failed to secure American families and American futures.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.